Hi, right now I'm on my way to the bank. Or at least I'm trying to go to the bank. I've been to like 2 different banks, but they're all like, oh sorry, we don't exchange money for traveler's checks. So I have to go to a different one. And I'm really confused because I'm kind of lost and I'm not quite sure where the bank's supposed to be. But everyone keeps saying just walk down here and it's on the right side, so that's what I'm doing. And since this town is so small, I really don't think I can get lost because the only thing I've been doing so far is walk straight. So if I just walk straight back, I'm pretty sure I'll find my way again. But is this it? I don't know. They said there was a red sign that said Tajima Bank, but unfortunately I can't read Japanese. But that doesn't look like a bank, so I don't think it's it. So since I am exploring the town, I thought I would just give you make a video about it to show you the town I live in. It's called Asago. And the weird thing is, like, Asago is actually a really big city, but it's split up into 4 parts. So like 4 little sections, and the section I live in is one of the smallest sections. So yeah, the town's really small. This is actually supposed to be the center of Asago City, but it's like the smallest part of it. So I don't know why this is the center. Oh, yes, I found it. It has English. Yes, it has English. It says Tajima Bank. Oh, finally. But that's my point. Like, traveler's checks, like, even though YP recommends them, I actually don't think they're good. Like, in this super small town, like, I've been trying to find a bank where I can get my traveler's checks exchanged for quite a while, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and finally I got to this bank. But like, the ATMs, there's so many everywhere. Like, I walk 5 minutes to the grocery store and there's an ATM right there. And so, like, even though YP is always like, oh, you shouldn't bring debit cards because smaller cities don't have so many ATMs, that is such a lie. Like, there are ATMs everywhere, and my town is like seriously, like, nothing. So yeah, anyway, I think I should stop this video before I go in. But I will be this is like one side of the town, and then there's the other side, like near where I live, because this is actually quite a bit away from my house. Okay, so I'm out of the bank and I'm on my way home, and that was so that was like a waste of like 50 minutes. Because first, no one at the bank knows English. You know, you would assume that a banker is a pretty important job. You would assume they'd at least know like a meager amount of English. Well, I mean, one person did, but still, that was like, so frustrating. But it turns out that apparently I need to bring my passport and a bunch of other legal documents and stuff in order to get my traveler's checks cashed, which is so stupid because no one told me. I like wasted all of this time to walk over here. That was really stupid though. Like, honestly, like, why have you never told us that we needed to bring legal documents? And I don't even know. I don't know, like, I'm not even sure what legal documents they mean. They just like pointed. I don't know. It's really confusing. And my bank in America didn't say anything either. So I guess they don't want you to be some illegal citizen. I mean, illegal immigrant to Japan or something. Hey, so I haven't shown my face in a video in a while, so I just thought I'd just make this video. But from previous footage that's going to be in this vlog, that I'm going to edit into this vlog. You know that last Friday I went to the bank and I tried to get my traveler's checks exchanged. And it really didn't work out very well at all. So basically what happened was I went there, no one at the bank could speak English, which I thought was a really stupid thing. I mean, they should seriously hire people who can speak better English. I don't know, like they put so much emphasis on English at school, and then when they grow up, everyone just forgets it. So, I don't know. But, so no one could speak English, so I couldn't understand them. And then it turned out that I needed like my passport and stuff, which, I don't know, like no one told me I needed a passport. And then, so I ended up going home, and I got home around 2, but my host parents went home. I don't even know, I think they were out, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but they got home around 3:30, and then I asked them if they could take me to the bank. So this time we could drive there, and it would be a lot faster than walking, and also they'd be able to translate for me. And then they told me that the bank actually closes at 3 p.m. on weekdays, so it was already closed. And then, so we weren't able to go on Friday. And then it turned out that the banks aren't open on weekends either. So I feel like Japanese banks are not open very much. Or maybe it's the same as American banks, but I'm pretty sure American banks are open on Saturdays for like a couple hours. And I don't think they close at 3 either. Yeah, so basically after Friday I had to wait for 4 days to be able to go to the bank again, because Friday and Saturday and Sunday it was closed. And then yesterday, Monday, was a national holiday, so the banks were closed and we didn't have school and stuff. And then I finally got to go today after school because it was a half day. I've had half days for like the past week and a half now. So good thing it was a half day though, because if it wasn't, I would get out after 3 and it would be closed again today. But so this time I went with my host mom and I brought all of my necessary documents like my passport, my green card, everything. And then we went, and it turned out that we have to fill out like a form, and so we filled it out. And then apparently like they didn't tell us the directions very well, so we ended up filling it out wrong, so we had to refill it. And then after that they told us that it would take 30 minutes to get the whole process completed. And so we ended up leaving and running some errands, and then we came back about 40 minutes later. And then they had us wait for about 10 more minutes. So I really think they should have just told us to come back after like 50 minutes instead of 30. But anyway, and so finally they called us up and they're like, oh, you filled out the form wrong again. And so they had us refill it again. And this time there was some confusion because I'm a Chinese citizen, so my passport is a Chinese passport. And they told me that I should put China as my resident country even though I live in America. And I was kind of confused. I was like, no, I don't live in China though, and I have a green card, so I should be able to put America as my resident country. But they said no, and so I put China. And then as we were filling it out, my host mom made a mistake. And so apparently you can't do that. You can't just cross it out. Apparently, no. So we had to fill out a new form. And then for that, like, something got messed up again. I don't even remember. I don't know, but something got messed up again. Oh, because the bank people got a call from their superiors, and it turns out that I do put America as my home, as my resident country, not China. So we had to fill out a 5th form, and finally that one was fine. So we ended up having to fill out 5 forms, and it took like over an hour to to get everything done, and it was just so complicated. Like, no one, why if you didn't tell me, my bank didn't tell me that I need my passport, my green card, and I have to fill out a bunch of forms. Like, everyone just said, oh, you just need to sign, and that's it. And then it really turned out to be a lot more complicated. And actually, the bank people, they forgot to ask me to sign, so we left, and then like 2 hours later they called us. They're like, oh, you have to sign. And so they came over to our house because the bank was already closed by then. So one of the people came over to my house and I signed it, and then they left. And then like 30 minutes later they came back because I had written the date wrong. I wrote it like the American way, like 7/19/11, but it had to be the Japanese way, which is like 2011/7/19. So they came back a second time so I could fix that. Oh, and it was just so confusing. Like, seriously, just bring a debit card.